Hey DOT community, this is Zalon coming at you with another DOT video. And we have some great, amazing news today. It's not just this Spoils of War that's lasting for 24 hours, which is pretty awesome, I have to say. But there is a new patch or blog post, not patch notes, but it's more or less patch notes for the newest AI changes coming to the game that will be dropping tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow. So, I definitely am going to be making some videos with some new crazy stuff that's going on in the game with that as soon as possible when those changes do become active in the game. Now, I wanted to go over those changes that are happening real quick. It will not be a long video, but I'm going to go over all the different changes by just taking a look at actually talking about the most significant changes which will be happening to the troops. There will be some other changes besides that, but I will get to that in a little bit. All right. And I also, if you wait to the end of this video, will also show my new Mitano, which I just got from the recent event. All right. So we're going to start off with Grenadiers. They will now consider distance of enemy troops in addition to focusing on ranged troops. So that is by far a great thing because now Grenadiers won't be marching to their deaths anymore. And also, max training time was decreased to 15 minutes on Grenadiers, making them a little bit more, because right now, as you can see, it's 20 minutes. So you save 5 minutes on all your Grenadiers now in production time. Very nice. Next, archers. They now consider distance of troops in addition to focusing on titans, because that's what they always did in the past, but they're also going to consider distance in that case now too, so which means archers will also not march to their death either. Their movement speed has also been increased, and their training time has been decreased to 7.5 minutes, making archers also even faster to build, which is great. So, awesome. Next is spearmen. Spearmen, they consider other troops within range when being kited. So spearmen now, if other troops are going to be close to them when they're being kited back and forth, they will split off. So they won't be extremely easy to be kited with a ranger anymore. Their HP is going to be increased, and their max training time is going to be increased to 10 minutes. So because they're going to become more stronger and a lot harder to take down, they're going to make them a little bit longer to generate. So some may see that as a negative, but of course there has to be some sort of give and take here when it comes down to being a lot better of a troop to be used in battle. All right, and then we have Imperials. The Imperials are also going to consider other troops within range when being kited, so they are also going to be a lot harder to take down when it comes down to just using a ranger to try to kite them with maybe one or another troop. But the Imperials, the training time is decreased to 12.5 minutes, making them a little bit easier and faster to pump out, which is definitely good. I think that's great. That's pretty much all that happened to the Imperials. Goliaths also consider other troops within range when being kited, so also Goliaths will be hard to kite now as well. So basically all the troops, Spearmen, Imperials, Goliaths, that always would be considered to be kiteable all the time will not be. Also, the Goliaths have a major a movement speed increase, and max training time is decreased to 20 minutes, so they're going to be a little bit easier to get out as well, being that they're the longest troop to be able to produce in the game. Now, the only thing that everyone's precious Panthers, the only thing that happened to them was their max training time was increased to 10 minutes. So, because being the strongest troop in the game, they decided to increase the time to be able to train them. But other than that, they didn't nerf them. As much as the community said that they were going to get nerfed, it didn't happen. Because, again, you don't have to nerf them. But if you make them take a little bit longer to be able to build them, they become a little bit less. It doesn't make them less OP, but it makes them less desirable when you're in your training queues when you're trying to figure out how quickly to be able to generate troops for certain situations. And other troops, as we did talk about, are actually decreasing their amount of time, making them more desirable. All right, and now we have the couple changes in Titans. So, just have the screen on here. So, Berserkers, Infiltrators, Paladins will now consider other troops even with an enemy ranger present. So, basically, Berserkers, Infiltrators, Paladins, ones especially Paladins, that would be kited by specific troops will now consider other troops even when an enemy ranger is present, because before that was the easy way to be able to take them down. The other change for Titans would be Rangers will now consider targeting enemy ranged troops. So that is another not just the troops right in front of you. This is more to deal with on defense. So when you're using these Titans on defense, then this is exactly how they're going to be reacting. Then we have the very last portion of this, AI changes, which has to do more with the spells. They decided to take the terror spell, and it's going to be 10 seconds. The duration of the terror spell because it's so long right now, makes it the developers said certain spells were abused. But yeah, so now terror is only going to be 10 seconds. It's not going to be 23. But the radius will increase per level. That'll be what changes. So I'm interested to see exactly how that radius, how big it is, and everything else. The shield spell damage prevention is dramatically increased. So yes, the duration and the radius I don't think are being affected whatsoever. I just think the damage, the shield spell, as much as we like to use it when we get a bunch of them, building a whole bunch of them, I don't think a lot of people do, just for the fact that it doesn't really help them as much as it should. So that's why they're increasing it. So now shield spell will be a lot more viable. The rage spell, 150% for ranged units and 200% for melee units. So that's what it's going to be for the rage spell. And that's going to be for damage prevention, I'm going to say. And the duration is going to increase every level. I'm sorry, for the rage spell. And then my favorite change of all of them is going to be for the raise dead spell, because the minimum skeleton spawn increases dramatically to 80. So they don't exactly say here how many skeletons are going to spawn in the spell description, but it increases to 80. So that's going to be pretty insane. Can't wait to see that in action. I'm going to make sure that I don't think can't do too much with my, I would want to bust out Calvarax. But I can only carry one relic on him right now. But if I had the opportunity to carry more relics, I'd be able to have a whole bunch of raised dead spells on him. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go and I'm going to show off my new Mitano. And I do need to forge something real quick. And this is when you don't care that it's going to succeed. Yeah, right. Alright, so I'm going to go grab, and I do have some of the new relics too, plus my flame hide from our win from this most recent season. So we'll collect him. We'll collect Mitano. We'll grab some of these sweet relics this last event was able to provide. Yeah, we're going to run out of room, but anyway, I'll get back to collecting them later. But we need to check out this new Mitano. Hoping for good skills. Now, this was the last Mitano I got. Let's just show Ice, Earth, Lightning, Armor, Health. Okay. And I consider this Mitano to be the one I'd be keeping for right now, compared to the double Earth that I had before. Now, for this Mitano, it's a level 5, pre-leveled. See what happens. Earth, physical, poison, health, resist against titans as the last skill. Ooh. I don't know about that. I mean, it does have poison, physical, and earth, but the resist against titans is last skill. Well, we'll see. I'm not totally certain on that one. Let me know what you think if that is gonna be if that is a better Mitano than my previous one. But I don't think that last skill is gonna be the best case scenario. I think this Mitano would be better. Ice, earth, lightning, armor, and health. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And other than, oh, we'll check out the new Flamehide too. Flamehide's a baller. He's a 4-star. I do have a Flamehide already, and this would just be another duplicate. The Flamehide I have has got poison, critical, health, critical, fire. Double critical. And the new Flamehide, let's take a look, has got armor, critical, health. What? Is that the... Wow. I don't know if I've ever seen that before. Armor, critical, health. Let me know what you think about that Flamehide. That is some crazy skills. He's not resistant to anything, but I don't know. It's just a crazy pool of skills right there. Alright, DLT community. Thank you for tuning in. I will be back with another video very soon about the new AI changes, and also maybe a live stream or two. You'll always catch me on the DOT after show after the dev live stream on Thursdays. And anytime we have events to go live. If you are a new viewer and have not thought about subscribing, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I always appreciate any likes. Alright, DO2 community, I will talk to you all again very soon.